This is basically I had a rapture dream a while ago. It was like about a month ago. But I feel like I should share this dream. I just feel like the rapture is going to be happening very, very soon. And I feel like so many other Christians have been feeling the same way. And I've seen so many other Christians having rapture dreams as well, so I thought maybe I should share mine online, on here, to you guys. So basically, the most recent rapture dream I remember having, one of them, this one, let's start with this one first. This was the most recent one. I had this one about a month or two ago. So in the dream, I am down near this hospital building, right, that's in my area. And what happened was I was just sitting there with my family, and we look up in the sky because we heard a noise. There was these like fireballs, balls of fire. They're like meteorites falling down from the sky, but they're pretty big. And I turned to my father. I said, "What's happening? Like, what do you think? What do you think's happening right now? What is going on? Is the rapture about to happen?" And he said, "Yeah, probably." And I heard people running, in this just near this road, this area near this road. Where I was at a bus stop near a hospital, just for more information, right? And I just went to where these people are being where they're running, where this noise was coming from, and they're like these beings of light. Like you tell it's the outline of men, but you couldn't see the men themselves, if that makes sense. And they're just like beings of light, as if they're in robes as well, which is, I don't know, something, details, right? And people are being taken up by these beings of light that look like men, but you can't see facial features. You can just see a outline. It's like an outline. It's not an outline. It's like a silhouette of light. A silhouette of light is exactly what it was. But it's also the kind of transparent, translucent. And people are being taken up by these beings. And I'm like, oh my gosh, the rapture is happening. People are being taken up. And then all of a sudden, my family starts floating, I start floating, and we're all floating in the same direction. So I checked the direction, right? After I woke up, wrote the dream down. And I checked the direction on Google Earth, because I know the area I was in the dream. I checked the direction we were being pulled, and it was straight towards Israel. We were being pulled straight towards Israel in the dream. All right. Now, I just find it funny that in the dream, right, I'm not saying that I'm a dream interpreter, but it's pretty obvious what was happening. We're being raptured. And in the dream, I was waiting at a bus stop. I never wait at bus stops, not anymore. When I was younger, I used to, like 6 years old to like 12 years old, I used to catch the bus to school. But now I have a car. I don't catch the bus. Well, I guess we have a family car. I don't need a bus. We don't need to catch a bus. We never catch the bus. Very, very rarely will we ever catch a bus. I don't think I've caught a bus in like 5 years. So it's just strange I was waiting at a bus stop, because when you're waiting at a bus stop, you're waiting to be picked up, to be taken somewhere. So that might represent waiting on the rapture, waiting to be taken by God. I don't know. And another rapture dream I had before this one. This I was like, these are within the same like month that I had these dreams, so very close together. But the one I had before that, this one was crazy. Okay, so I was in the bathroom looking in the mirror. Me and my brother were there after training in the dream, and we're looking in the mirror. And I look outside. I see the moon. Oh, that's cool. But then in front of the moon, there's like this rocket flying around in front of the moon. Making like this I guess chemtrails in an infinity pattern. I'm like, yo, bro, look at this. He's like, nah. He's just looking at his reflection. And then I see this like hot air balloon. I'm like, oh, there's a blimp. I called it a blimp. It was a hot air balloon, but I called it a blimp. I said, oh, there's a blimp, right? And then it's just like I saw this UFO, and it's flying. Like, so I'm facing out the window this way, and it flies like overhead going this way, the UFO. And when the UFO went, the rocket ship went, and the hot air balloon went all in the same direction. And then the moon went in the same direction, bro. The moon went in the same direction. And I'm like, what just happened, right? And when the moon went, this was at daytime in the dream, right? Sometimes you can see the moon especially here in Australia. You can see the moon sometimes. I saw the moon fly away. And then the sun disappeared. It was all dark. And all of a sudden, it's like I heard the sky crack. The sky cracked open. And it's like a thunderous crack. It wasn't loud like thunder. It's like they use this sound in games and movies, in Avengers. They've used this sound everywhere. It's basically like, Rift. If you've ever played the game Fortnite, it's popular 6 years ago. Still is to this day. I think it's still pretty popular. But if you have children who've played Fortnite, ask them, what does a rift sound like in Fortnite? Because that's the sound it sounded like. That's what it sounded like. And that's the sound I heard in the dream. And when that sound happened, I saw as if I was in water. If you're in a pool looking up and something comes in through the water, that's what it looked like, what I saw come through. What came through was a new moon. And this moon was 10 times the size of the moon. Like the moon that just disappeared, of the normal moon, right? And then what I see come in again was this man on a white horse. It was a white horse that had wings. Now, it wasn't a normal looking, Pegasus. It was imagine a horse with wings, but the wings were shark skin, right? That's what it looked like. And on that horse was a man in a white robe with a black beard and black hair, long black hair, kind of similar color to my hair, but longer than mine and straighter than mine. Mine's a little curly. And that man was Jesus in the dream. And I said to my brother, bro, look out the window, bro. Look out the window. We're about to get raptured, man. The rapture is happening. This is the rapture, bro. And all of a sudden we're being pulled up. We're being pulled through the window. And we're being raptured. We're just floating. We're flying in this direction. And as we're flying, it gets to a point where I'm looking out this window. Not at the window. So I'm looking out, at the horizon, at what's underneath me, And there's this strange city, Greece? In Greece, there's these, the buildings. The architecture of Greece. It looked like Greece, but it was different. It was not Greece. It was a different land. And I had never seen it before in my life. But we were flying over this place. And I don't know where that place is. I don't know if it's a real place. I don't know if God's trying to tell me something. And again, I'm not saying the earth is flat. I don't, at this point, I'm not going to mock either side. I'm not going to believe either side 100%. If God wants to show me if the earth is flat or if the earth is a sphere, I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. The shape of the earth does not matter. All I know is in the dream there's land I did not know about. Me personally, I still believe the earth is a sphere. But that's just me. Yeah, so that was a dream. One thing in the dream that I remembered was somehow I was in the living room. I asked my dad, I said, how did the rapture, why is rapture happening now? It's a lot sooner than I thought it was going to happen. Because my dad had told me in the dream that he reckoned the rapture was going to happen September, October, November, around that time. I said, how come the rapture happened so soon? It happened a lot sooner than I thought it would. And yeah, that was the dream I had. So just always be ready, man, because Jesus Christ is coming back soon. I know the second coming and the rapture are different. We're going to get raptured, then we're going to be up there for 7 years while the Great Tribulation happens here on earth, and then we're coming back with Jesus. But basically, man, I just want you to stay on God, man. Trust in Jesus. Keep your trust in Jesus, man. He's the only one who can save you. Your works can't save you. You can't do anything for your own salvation except trust in Jesus. Jesus Christ did it all, bro. And that's all you have to trust. If you put your trust completely in what Jesus has done for you, bro, you're saved. You'll be raptured. You can't lose your salvation. So just trust Jesus. Yeah. I guess that's going to be the end of the video. If I have another dream of the rapture, I'll tell you guys. And I have had dreams of different things regarding aliens. So I might make a video on that maybe tomorrow. But yeah, I've been having a lot of dreams recently. And God has been speaking to me in dreams. I've had dreams that literally come true on the day. So I hope we get raptured soon. I love you all. Jesus loves you more. Talk to you soon.